Believe it or not, there are most likely upcharges when using Chinese platforms that are meant for the overseas market, like Alibaba and AliExpress. And I'm going to show you how to avoid these costs. In China, there is a common phrase called a foreigner surcharge. I wouldn't just say in China only. For example, let's say you're a tourist and you're going to a new country and you go to a touristic hotspot. You will more likely get upcharged more than the locals for the products there. Now, how does this apply to sourcing in China? Well, you may have heard of platforms like Alibaba and AliExpress. And at first glance, oh my gosh, it's so cheap. How is that possible? Blah, blah, blah. What if I were to tell you that there is an upcharge on almost all these items, to include even the shipping? Now, I need to say there's a disclaimer. If you are just starting, yes, use these platforms. They offer buyer protection and things can get very messy if you use the Chinese platforms and you frankly don't know what you're doing. So let's compare the costs of some of the products on AliExpress and Taobao. And the same with Alibaba and 168. You can see the differences, right? But wait, like I mentioned, if you do not know what you are doing, you will fall into a trap. The overseas websites are usually ready to go. All the products can be shipped internationally, shipping prices are usually stable, and you can filter products to make sure they have the proper certifications. The last thing you want to do is to place a bulk order on an item that can't make it past customs. So let's cover how you can bypass this foreigner surcharge. For this example, I will be using 1688. First, work with a freight forwarder because unlike the international platforms, 1688 won't have that. You need to look for a freight forwarder. Well, I actually have a group full of them in my WeChat that you can add up here. If you are finding value so far, please consider smashing that like button to help with the YouTube algorithm and consider subscribing to get more content about sourcing from China for your e-commerce business. You can also filter down by shipping times. Sometimes there's a button to select that once you place the order, they will ship the product within 48 hours. And there you have it. Now you have a method to find the supplier directly on 1688 with a freight forwarder. You can actually save between 10 to 15% of what is actually charged on Alibaba and AliExpress. Now do realize this method is very product independent, so I can't promise that you will save on all products doing this. But for the majority, it should come out cheaper to improve your bottom line. Now, if you're having issues paying these suppliers directly on Pinduoduo, 1688, or Taobao, you can consider exploring my website by simply scanning the QR code or just going to borderlesscommerce.net. I'll catch you in the next video.